Some of the most defining leadership moments don't happen when we're speaking with confidence. They happen in the moments we go blank, when old fear tries to silence us. Ready to grow with resilience, clarity, and confidence in leadership, career, and faith? Welcome to The Next Move. I'm Orvin Kimbrough, CEO, author, and founder of The Thriver's Path. I went from foster care to the CEO seat, and here's what I learned. Transformation doesn't start with a title. It starts with your next move. How you reframe your thinking, reclaim your agency, and rename what's possible. If you're done circling and ready to step forward, you're in the right place. Let's make your next move your best move. Welcome back to The Next Move, the podcast where we explore faith, leadership, and personal growth to help you take your next step with purpose and confidence. Folks, I'm your host, Orvin Kimbrough. I am so grateful you are here today. Today, I want to talk about a moment leaders don't usually admit out loud. The moment we freeze under pressure, and why those moments may matter more than the ones where everything goes according to plan. Freezing doesn't look dramatic. It doesn't look like failure. It looks like silence, a pause that stretches longer than you intended, a moment where your mind literally empties and your body tightens. And if you've led long enough, you've been there. About a decade or so ago, I was sitting on a panel. The lights were bright, the room was full. A question came my way. It was the very first question out the gate. And my mind went completely blank. One sentence came out, then nothing. 10 seconds of silence, maybe less, but I'm going to tell you, it felt like a lifetime. What froze wasn't my intellect. It wasn't my preparation. It was actually something deeper. Old stories of inadequacy woke up in a room that felt misaligned with where I came from and who I was still becoming. Scripture actually speaks directly into moments like that. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. But here's the tension we don't always name. Sometimes the spirit knows the truth and the body remembers the fear. Sometimes the mind doesn't feel so sound, even when faith is present. And that doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. That day, the leadership, um, the leadership wasn't in the freeze. It was in the return. I stayed on stage. I grounded myself and I took long, deep breaths. And eventually I came back. I've had moments like that since, mid speech in boardrooms and speeches, mid question, mid interruption. And here's what I've learned. The freeze is not the threat. The freeze is the mirror. It shows you where fear still has a voice. I hope you caught that. So let's reframe this. Your work as a leader isn't to avoid freezing moments. It's to shorten the distance between the freeze and the return. Reclaim this truth. Is not failure. Freezing is not failure, it's information. And rename the moment. Fear isn't proof you don't belong. It's often proof you've stepped onto new ground. Did you catch that? It's proof that you stepped onto new ground. Some of you listening today haven't been frozen for 10 seconds. You've been frozen for months. You've been frozen for years, frozen in your calling, frozen in your confidence, frozen in a story that whispers you don't belong in that room. But hear me clearly. If God called you to the room, you belong in the room. If God planted the vision is yours to grow. And if fear rises, it's not evidence of failure, it's evidence of a frontier. So here's your next move. Don't retreat. Don't retreat. Don't retreat. Don't retreat from from the moments that make you go blank. Return to them. Reframe what they're teaching you. Reclaim who you are in them. Rename them as the place where your leadership deepens. Because the freeze does not define you. Oh, the freeze does not define you. Your return does. If today's reflection resonated with you in any way and you're sensing that it's time to do deeper work around confidence, faith, and leadership identity, I want to invite you into the Thriver's Path. It's an ecosystem for leaders who are learning how to rise, not perfectly, but faithfully. And if my story connects with yours, Twice Over a Man may help you put language to your own journey. On YouTube, you can like, subscribe, and share this episode with someone who needs it. And for my podcast listeners, leaving a review helps this message reach others who are quietly finding their way back to themselves. Until next time, keep rising, keep returning, and keep taking your next move. Thanks for spending time with me on The Next Move. I hope today's reflection helped you see your situation differently and reminded you that you're not stuck, you're being strengthened. If this episode resonated, share it with someone who's standing at the edge of their next move. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss what's ahead. For deeper reflections, tools, and guided pathways for growth, visit orvinkimbrough.com and explore the Thriver's Path. Until next time, remember, every small step taken with intention moves you closer to the life and leadership you're becoming. Let's keep moving forward together.